It's Monday, September 30th, just following up on the QQQs with about an hour and 15 minutes to go in trading, just describing how I treated this particular trade. I discussed on earlier videos how I bought puts here on bar number 3. And then when it came down to kind of this first target, the blue line here, I discussed how you had an option to kind of scale out, set up a no-risk trade, take a base hit gain, do no worse than break even. I actually decided to hold on to the position. I shot a video describing why I was still bearish until this high was taken out. And even if this high was taken out, I wanted to see what would develop at that point. As it turns out, you know, it kind of grinded up a little bit, never quite got to the first bar high, came all the way back down and took out the lows of the day again, which is not surprising, you know, relative to the way I was talking about context on this video. Anyway, so when it came down there, I scaled out about a point higher. So I bought those puts way early in the session, 490 puts at 673, scaled out at 775. And as you can see, once it came all the way back to my entry points, I exited the rest of the trade at 669. So an overall small gain here. This big green bar, it took out the stops of, you know, of the lows of the day. Big red bar, and then all of a sudden the green bar started forming, came all the way back up through, you know, into this range again. So there is about an hour, you know, and 15 minutes to go in trading. So it's possible we hold in here and continue lower, but it's also possible we're just chopping around. I know on the weekly chart, we're still just inside to start the week, a little bit red at the moment, but you don't know where how price is going to react to this opening price in the days ahead. If we stay above it, I'll stay bullish, you know, biased to the upside. Below it, you know, I'll stay biased to the downside. I don't know if we're going to get a 2-down week. This is the daily bar at the moment kind of tested its lows. It came to this key inflection point that I've been discussing, and once it tried to break through there, it seemed to pop right up again. So with an hour to go, I don't really know how this thing's going to end. So tomorrow, you know, if we can't really rally above the midpoint of this day and have a 2-up day, then we could be heading down to some of these targets at the lower blue line. But you could see here pretty strong reaction back to the upside after taking out the lows, and that's enough for me to just exit the trade, even though I'm still biased to the downside currently until tomorrow. And then we'll see, you know, do we get a 2-up day, and that would change my focus back to the upside. So just thought I'd follow up. I've described a bunch of things with this trade on earlier videos, and I wanted to hold on because I was still biased to the downside. But given this, watching the way price action is unfolding here, it's enough just to get out, and then I'll be comfortable, you know, continuing to monitor this for the rest of the week. And I know my context, whether it's going to be up or down, and, you know, I can re-enter the trade one way or the other. So just thought I'd follow up on the QQQs, and we will see what happens, you know, again on the daily chart for the rest of the week. And then more importantly, this weekly chart, we have the open now to kind of reference, do we stay green or do we possibly go red? And if we can turn this into a 2-down week, we have a lot of targets below. But, you know, buying seems to be coming in on these pauses to the downside. So we will see if that, you know, holds up, or if the market decides to break down as the week goes on.